So I think I tried to post a response to this video earlier. Um, so this video, I don't think it's on the response. I don't think it was on last time, so I'm gonna say it again. Yeah. So I was watching this video, and I've seen this same sermon before. I'm back a couple years. Probably opposite, probably my sophomore, junior year of high school. I'd say like, man, maybe like 4 years ago, possibly. But yeah, it's just, I find it to be really, really crazy now that I see it again. A lot of untruths. Yeah. There's a lot of things that it says that aren't really exactly so. It claims that, God and Allah are not the same, but, the Arabic word for God is Allah. It's not the name of a God. So, I mean, even Arabic Christians, they call God Allah, because, that's God in the Arabic language. A lot of other things. I think one of the things he said was Allah does not forgive. That was pointed in one of the videos somewhere in this sermon. But I don't think that's exactly so according to Islamic doctrine. Yeah, I haven't found that anywhere in any part of Quran that I've read, or anybody that I've talked to that's a Muslim. I don't think that's exactly so. He also states that the Islamic religion is a racist one, which, yeah, countering that argument, I don't think any of those guys are white. Yeah, and I think the majority of Muslims are people of color. So I'm gonna definitely say that is not so. Being as half of Africa is about 10 or miss about half of Africa follows Islam, the Middle East, parts of Asia. You've got Indonesia. I think that is the largest Islamic country. You've got countries like Bangladesh, that people of color are Islamic. And if that was so, if somebody told me about a religion that yeah, if somebody told me about a religion where people of color were getting discriminated, I would definitely think twice before joining it. Actually, probably wouldn't even think twice or once, and I would just say no, thank you. But that's definitely not so. I do have a lot of respect for him though, because there's a lot of things that he says the same that are true, but at the same time, there's a lot of things that I don't necessarily like about this pastor. For one, I don't like the fact that he tries to get into politics. Him and, as of recent, the Reverend Wright, yeah, both of them, definitely don't like it. Getting in, you should definitely state a religion. If you're a religious man, state a religion. If you're a political man, stick to politics. You can use religion to, make your politics, make your standpoints. If you have, like, really ethical standpoints, then I think that in that case, you can actually go for that. Oh, thanks. But if you're a person of religion, I definitely don't think you should try to step your foot into the political realm. That is definitely criticizing the Reverend Wright, which I've seen a lot of his sermons, and his sermons are really crazy. There are a lot of they're more like social sermons. And a lot of the stuff he says, I honestly have never seen in the Bible. Yeah, I mean, he's a man of twisting words. I mean, I've never seen somebody twist words in my entire life like that. Him and John Hagee kind of do the same deal. They get into politics and make God think that their political party's the best, you know? You see the same thing with people like the late, you know, Jerry Falwell. You see that with, you know, you have the moral right, that group. You have, you know, you have a lot of social, you know, social gospel kind of deals. I don't think that necessarily needs to be in play with politics at all. Just because it's not right. It makes the religion look bad. It makes politics tied to religion, which, I mean, the government's not really good at it. So, I mean, I don't trust the government. So if I see somebody that's a religious person tied with the government, I've got questions and they've got problems. So, and besides that, yeah, I understand some of the stuff that the Reverend Hagee's saying, you know, but at the same time, things like this I find really intolerant, and some of these statements biased and one-sided. And when you watch a Hagee sermon like this, be sure to look to second and third sources, and as many sources as you need. Not just from one side of the argument, from the other side of the argument as well. Because you can have one-sided intelligence being, if all you listen to is John Hagee, and John Hagee's teaching you everything, and you're learning everything from John Hagee's CNN and the Republican Party, then, yeah, it doesn't, you know, I mean, what is it, I mean, John Hagee, Fox News, and the Republican Party, you would only learn one side of the story. Whereas, on the other side, too, if you took everything that Reverend Wright said, along with, you know, everything that, you know, CNN says, and you add that with everything that your Democratic friends say, I think that's also a one-sided argument. It's definitely, both sides are wrong. Democrats and Republicans are wrong. I find Democrats to be really confused and Republicans to be very greedy. Yeah, and Democrats I find also to be very corrupt, and Republicans tend to be very, very, I don't know how to say it, but they have type of tendency to do things, not really care about it, you know, they kind of work their own businesses and stuff like that. You know, Republicans are very big business, and Democrats are very government centralized oriented. And I think the problem is, you know, when somebody like a preacher gets tied up in that, then you get tied to all the corruption, which doesn't make Christian religion look good at all, which, you know, that might be the reason for a large number of Christians turning away from, you know, the church and looking for other sources of truth. I mean, that could be it. That's quite a possibility. I mean, I see this, and I mean, even though I'm still a Christian and I know better, I just don't, I don't really like I don't like this, what do you call it, I don't like the idea behind it. I don't like the idea behind people attacking other religions and getting involved with political parties. I mean, I'm not going to say that, you know. Don't attack races, don't attack religions, and don't get involved in political parties if you're a preacher. And that's pretty much my main point. But I'm going to hop off of here right now because I've only got like 35 seconds left. But, I mean, again, if you're ever going to look at something, the works of a preacher like John Hagee or Reverend Wright, because I'm going to include him in this one too, as in, you know, so I don't have to watch 2 videos and make 2 comments. Look up some more sources. That's all I gotta say. Besides that, I mean, yeah. But, yeah, take it easy. That's all I got for you. Alright.